Hello everyone, and I'm Joyous, as you know, the man, the myth, the legend, and I come to you with a bit of a different video, a bit more of a story time. Now, this story time revolves around a couple days ago. For context, this happened early this week, but it'll be posted on the Saturday or Sunday. So this would have happened on Monday. Anyways, getting on to this specific story time, which I eventually will do a couple more of these down the line. I don't know when, don't know what I'll do them on, but I thought this would be interesting. Plus, I said I'd give this person a shout out when I get to it. So, backstory for whatever happened early before that Monday. Back in Christmas, my dad's girlfriend, I want to say her name, but it doesn't matter. She said that when her child was young, her child now being an adult, when he was young, they used to go to this fun fair. Not really like a fun fair, but like, just like rides and all that. Pretty much all rides and, carnival games. Because so it wouldn't be like, like a circus or anything. I think fun fair is the best way to put it. But, anyways, this was early Christmas, and she said, along with my dad, we won't be able to go on rides. We know we won't be able to do it. So why don't you bring a friend? Now, originally, and I even told the guy I went with in the story, who I was originally gonna bring. So this guy is gonna be on the channel soon enough, and I know I keep fucking delaying it. The mic isn't working properly. I've promised to do Sonic Adventure for a while, but doesn't fucking matter. I'll just say his name. Anyways, the guy I originally wanted to bring is this guy called Joshua. Joshua is a bit younger than me, but we like a lot of the same games. Like, we both grew up on Nintendo, so we have that history where we like Smash Bros. And well, he would be more of a Mario and Legend of Zelda player, where I am more of a Mario, Sonic, and other random crap like Wii Party. We both have our own different likes, but over, I think last year, the summer, we played a lot of video games together. He came to my house every Saturday, even when we were doing school, when I was in my final year, which I am at the end of at this point. I've got a month before I go into my tests. But he came over every Saturday, so I was like, hey man, you want to do this? Which, actually, funny enough, he's actually bringing me to a different thing, to a small racetrack, and it's just, mini cars, just, it's for his brother's birthday, who also I know well enough, so I got the private invite, but, anyways, it's probably gonna be him and his family and me, so I was like, hey, you're gonna be bringing me to this on Saturday, do you want to come to this with me on Monday? And he's like, nah, I can't. I'm working that Monday. And I was like, really? It's a bank holiday. And he's like, double pay. So I was like, alright, fair enough. So, he was out. I was like, alright, who else am I gonna bring? And I was like, I said this person to my dad. My dad was like, nah, I don't like this person. So I was like, alright, I can understand why. And I was like, alright, let's go down the list. So when with Codster. Codster does rowing, so I was like, alright, can't do him. This person, I don't think they'll like roller coasters. I'm like, this person, I don't know if they're gonna be free. I actually went to one of my work friends, because I knew that he was sick for a while, and he had done a couple days for me, because I had been sick a couple days, and I had to go to a couple appointments up in the big city. So I was like, man, I can't make work. I'm sorry, I'm ditching you on this day. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna text him, see if he responds. If he wants to go, I'm not gonna say no. Seems pretty nice, and I'd like to get to know him better anyways, because we have been working together for the last year and a half, maybe 2. So I was like, it'd be a good chance to know him out of work. Unfortunately, he was sick for about 2 weeks, and he this is Wednesday, and he only just came back to work. So obviously, if he just came back to work on Wednesday and this was on Monday, he was sick. So yeah, it was unfortunate. He was sick. It came down to 3 people. Those 3 people were, and you'll know some of the names, Exotic, because Exotic is my neighbor. It came down to Diamond Cutter, obviously, name I mentioned a couple times on the channel. And it came to a guy named J-Mask. Now, J-Mask is someone I'm going to be mentioning in this video. He does TikTok and all that. Now, Funny story. Me and J Mask, he would have been in like, he's in a similar year to where Joshua would be. They're in the same year. So we met roughly like before COVID, and then I just didn't have contact with him, and because I didn't know him well enough, I didn't know anything about him. Like I had like no connection to him. But over I think it was last year, I held a little sleepover where I was just like, oh, like I'm calling you guys over. Whoever wants to come. I got like no, it was a 6 controller set up to my Switch. So I was like, all right. I was like, I'll invite 5 people. We'll go from there. 2 of them didn't make it, but J Mask and Joshua, along with one other person, were the only ones who made it. But anyways, doesn't matter. That's how I got to know him, and I was like, I'll have him on like Discord, and we also played some Dead by Daylight over the course of the year, and it had been like months since we played anything together, so I was like, you know what, let's hang out. So I said, I texted him on Discord. I was like, hey man, you want to go to a fun fair? Yeah, you have to bring your own money, but like we can provide a drop up because it's in the big city. So it was like, it would have been like an hour for both of our parents. So I was like, I'll bring you up. Just bring a bit of money. Anyways, he said yes. Now we start getting to the meat of the story. All right, so we land up there. There's actually, this will be important later. There was a McDonald's close by, like not even like too far, like 5 minutes down the road, maybe 3. So me and him land up. My father and his girlfriend go like, all right, we'll see you guys in like 2 hours. We're gonna go visit your sister, who I also asked, but I knew she would say no. Anyways, they went away. Me and him get over to the theme park. We buy it's kind of a fast pass in a sense where you don't have to pay for the rides because you pay €30 at the front and you get 10 free rides. So let's say instead of paying 4, we pay instead of paying €4 on each ride, like let's say 10 rides, so that'd be 40. We paid 30, so we got 10 free rides. We did not make it through all the rides, and it was because of me. So we go to the first. Before we even go to the first one, in the car ride, I was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. My body was pretty much shriveling. Anyways, we get to the first ride, a spinny boat ride, and I was like, all right, this isn't too bad. Did that one fine. We went to, I'm trying to remember. There was another one before ride 3. Oh yes, it was I feel like it's a classic one. I'll put it on screen, but like it was that's what it was. There was another spinny one. Did that one fine, and the problem was I had €50, so I paid 30 up front. I had 20 only, but he had he had change, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, I'm dying here. Please, can I take €1 for the bathroom? Because like, what was fucking stupid was they made you pay 50 cents for the bathroom. He had €1, and I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm actually just fucking dying here. My bladder's going to pop. Please save me. So I took. He was like, oh, I only got €1, and I was like, I'll split it. I'll go up to someone and I'll split it. So like, can I just borrow? And he was like, yeah, fine. And I felt bad for doing it, but I was like, if I want to last any rides without an accident, I need to pay. I need to divide this. Anyways, did that. Went to the bathroom. Dreaded ride number 3. Ride 3 was called Hangover. It's either Hangover or Hang Time. You'll see what it is on screen, but that one destroyed me. So we get on that one. That was the second biggest one. There was another one which I can't remember what the name was. Ooh. But I'll call it Hangover, but it's probably called Hang Time. Hangover. Did it almost all the way. Got to the last 4 swings where it's like slowing down to stop. And I start feeling something. And if anyone knows what I mean by feeling something, you know what I mean. So, slight brief thing to say before this. I may have only had breakfast, and I may have had a pot of noodles, so Yeah, yeah, my mistake. Anyways, the ride slows down. I get unstrapped. He gets unstrapped. I start puking. Yeah, I puked all over myself. It was horrible. And then he takes out the other 50 cents. He's like, "You go get cleaned up, man." Because the bathrooms were, funny enough, the bathrooms were right in front of it. So it was like fucking irony that I fucking threw up, and then bathrooms were right in front of me. Anyways, get into the bathrooms. I'm like, oh god damn it! Why did I have to puke? Why? I get cleaned up. My pants are somewhat like so. Funny enough, I got one side of my pants. The other side was fine. One side. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have a fucking stain on my pants. I get out. I'm like, so what's the next ride? And he's like, you sure you're good? And I'm like, yeah. I feel actually pretty good after that. And I was like, I'm ready for another round. We go on another ride. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Anyways, we hit a ride. Fine. We hit a second ride after that. I start feeling something again. Oh, yeah, you can see where this is going. But, anyways, it starts raining. No, we go for another one. Anyways, my body's fucking dying by this point. We've done 6 rides. We go to another ride. This one spins, and then it lifts the things you're sitting in that are spinning, and pretty much puts them fucking sideways. In my head, I looked at that and went, I'm fucking done. I'm gonna puke. This is not gonna be great. But we got there, and they decided to close it for a short time. Thank fuck. Alright, but anyways, that one doesn't happen. We go to a different one. This one, I'll give you 3 seconds to guess what it did. 3, 2, 1. It fucking spun! Anyways, get through that. I feel fucking horrible. We've only done 6 rides. I feel fucking green. Anyways, starts raining. Everybody in the parks decides to start, like, going to different, like, shelters. We're there, under one, and he's already, like, found his next one that he wants to pick, because we were doing this back and forth, so I was picking one, he was picking one, and I look at him, and I say, look at my leg, I'm fucking shaking, and I'm like, I'm not cold, this is from me being sick, and he's like, nah, you'll be grand, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, we get to ride number 7. Oh, ride number 7. Anyways, ride number 7. I done a smaller version of that back in my hometown. That usually comes around, like, let's say during the summer for like 2 weeks, and I usually ride like 3 times, and that's kind of when I feel somewhat ill. But this one had a bit more of a punch to it. Plus, I was in a weakened state, so I was like, all right, this one I might be fine, but it may also do me in. Let's hope it doesn't do me in. Anyways, fucking 7th one finishes. Ugh, my stomach starts fucking slaughtering me. We both get out of the ride because it was a joined one, so we were sitting in the same like seats. We both get up. Well, he gets up first, I get up after, and I start puking again slowly. And I puke a little bit. Like I catch it all in my hands, like I did before. Catch it all, start puking, and then I'm like, all right, I'll be fine. And I start puking a bit more, and I'm like, oh no, just like opening my hand to let it just like drip out, because I was like, I need to not have puke consistently flowing. And then I was like, I started walking a little bit fine. And J-Mask goes, you good, man? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then I fucking suddenly collapse. Like, both hands go, like, push against the floor, on my knees. Vomit's just starting to spew out. And in my head, I'm like, fuck, I can't move. I can't get out of this position at all. And then, as this is going on, I hear him go, Joyous. And I'm like, oh no, I'm stuck. I hear three people come over. Like, 2 of them are from the ride. There's a bunch of people onlooking, and I'm just there, fucking on the floor, just puking, and I'm like, I can't move. Anyways, I was able to eventually stand up, shaking a bit. Got up. Someone said like, "Oh, I'll go get you water and tissues," because I didn't have anything on me to clean myself up, and we didn't have money. Well, he and I both technically had money, but it was like tens and 20s, so we weren't willing to break those. So there's there was like a food stand nearby, and it was more like a food truck. So it had like the little steps, so I like sat on those, and I'm just there, just being like cracking jokes, because even the first time I puked, I was just like, well, look at this mess. Look at what I've got myself into, just chuckling about it. And he's J Mask is a bit awkward, but he's like chuckling along. See, now I'm trying to make light of the situation, and it's like, yeah. Suddenly, the person who had like gone and like said, "Oh, I'll go get you like tissues and water," came back, and they came back with a bunch of tissues. They came back with water, and they came back with a can of Coke. Now, fun fact for anyone who's listening, or well watching, frankly. Fun fact: I don't like carbonation. I don't like any drinks with carbonation. Alcohol has carbonation. I don't like alcohol, by extension. But if I were to go to a movie theater and they've got like blue raspberry, feckin' whatever the red one is, strawberry cherry or whatever, and they have cola, I will beeline for cola as long as there's no carbonation. Because if it's like one where it's like there's cola, there's Fanta, there's Sprite, I would say 50 feet away because I know that's got carbonation. But if it's like pretty much like gotten the carbonation beaten out of it, I will beeline it for it because it's so sweet and it's so good. So technically, I like Coke, but I don't like it with carbonation, so I'd have to like let it go flat for me to drink it. So, anyways, they give me the two drinks, they leave, and I literally go to J Mask and I go, "Do you want the Coke? Because I'm not gonna drink it." And I even explain like I don't like things with carbonation, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." And we're just chuckling away. Well, he's still awkward about it, but I'm still just chuckling away, cracking jokes, just being like, look at my pants. It looks like I just got drugged through a bunch of mud. Just joking along around that. And, anyways, after a little bit, let's say 20 minutes, I've almost drinking all of the water they gave me. And he's like, man, we can just leave. And I'm like, no. We can, I was like, we can probably try and go on more rides. But I was like, I was contemplating it, but I didn't say that out loud. And I suddenly went, if you want, you can bang out the last 3 rides yourself. But I was like, I know I'm finished. I can't keep going. If I go again, I don't know what's going to come up, but I think I'm going to throw up a heart or something. I'm done. My body's spent. Because even when I was sitting down, like, my back was shaking, and then when my back would stop shaking, my legs would start shaking, and when my legs stopped shaking, my arms would start shaking. So it was a case, like, I was like, I'm finished. I can speak and I can walk, but, like, other than that, I'm a zombie at this point. I'm fucked. And he was like, nah, unfortunately, none of the rides are good unless you have another person. So I was like, I understand. And I was just chuckling about it, and I'm like, I just feel bad for the people who have to clean up my vomit. Anyways, we decided to leave. It was a shame, but it was a case like, what else were we gonna do? I told him if he wanted to go on the rest of the rides, I was fine with it. It was just a case of I knew I wouldn't be much fun if I threw up again or if I started passing out or something. But anyways, we walked out of McDonald's. We did. My plan originally was to order, but luckily we did not. I thought ordering would have been not bad because I probably was just gonna get myself like a 6-piece chicken nugget, something small just to tie over my body from not puking again, but nothing too heavy like a burger. But in the end, we both just kind of sat down inside. We just started talking about stuff. I was like, I'm gonna plan another sleepover, so you and other people can come over, and I'm like, maybe I'll get Diamond cut over because he couldn't make it. So I was like, He was like, yeah, I'd enjoy that. Last time we had a lot of fun. So I was like, yes. I will definitely get on that. And we were just talking about just life. I text my dad whenever like the roughly 2 hours is up, and he was like, when we got into the car, he was like, this was actually perfect timing. We had just finished doing what we were doing, and I was like, that was great. Anyways, we're in the car ride home. It's kind of awkward, but like I'm trying to make conversation a little bit. I mean, I've just thrown up 2 times. Like, what else can I say? I'm kind of tapped, and we had a conversation in McDonald's for like half an hour. Like, what else was I gonna talk about? I had nothing else. I was out of my good material. But anyways, we just kind of relaxed. We dropped him home, and that's where the story should end. Yeah, it does not end. So, anyways, when he leaves, this will be something he wanted to see this video anyways. But when you were in the car, J Mask, I wanted to sleep to try and like let my body repair itself. But I was like, I'm not gonna sleep while he's in the car. I'm not gonna sleep while you're there. I'm like that would be kind of disrespectful. I mean, you probably would have understood, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sleep until we drop him off, and then I can look like a lazy shit and just like keel over. But anyways, J Mask left the car. I take off my jacket and I like start resting my head against it, and I sleep for a little bit. Like let's say I'm 20 minutes from home. I sleep for like 10-ish of those minutes, 10, 15. But it wasn't like a great sleep or anything. But anyways, we just parked at the house. I get up, I take one step out of the car, and I start puking again. But the worst part is, I had nothing in my stomach, so it was just saliva pretty much just pouring out of my mouth, and I was like, I can't move. I was stuck there, like, holding one arm on the car door, the other hand on the car, just being like, I can't move from this position. I don't know what's going on here, but something's wrong. Something's wrong in the bow rock. I can't move. And luckily, my dad was there, and he's just being like, well, at least you didn't puke in the car. And I'm like, yeah, thank fuck. And then I start going, I continuously keep puking. Pretty much nothing. And then after, let's say, 2 minutes, I'm able to slightly move. I get to, like, my front door, and how my house works is there's 5 feet, and then 2 to the left is a staircase. And then after those 5 feet, another 10 feet over is my bathroom, the bathroom downstairs. But if you were to go back, like let's say 2 or 3 feet, to the right slightly, there would be a doorway to the sitting room. I get to the sitting room door, and I feel my body going again, like I'm gonna puke again. So I have to cover my mouth, and I start running to that bathroom, which obviously not that far. But I just don't know. It's something that just fucking switched in me. Start puking, nothing pretty much, barely even puking, but just dry heaving at this point. Don't know what's going on. I come out of the bathroom, and ladies and gentlemen, I am a pale person, but like very pale. But when I came out of the bathroom, my dad's girlfriend looked at me with horror and went, "You look like a ghost." And I'm like, hey, that's not good, is it? And I've looked like a ghost a couple times, just from like, being sick, cause like let's say the top part of my skin isn't like as pasty as it used to be, but like the soft side of my skin is very white. So it's a case of like, I was like, I reverted to my natural state as a ghost. I actually right after like I like came out of the bathroom and all that happened, my dad was like, "Strip, you need to get rid of those clothes. You've puked on them." So my pants was destroyed. I had 2 different hoodies. Both kind of got a little bit, but nothing too bad. Like, nothing too deadly. Like, it wasn't as hazardous as the pants. But funny enough, my shirt was fine. I had a Technoblade shirt on. That was fine. Because I had one of the jackets zipped up before I puked. Before I even got to the line, I zipped up a jacket. So, luckily, shirt was fine. Walked out of the bathroom with a medium shirt on. And was like, I'm gonna head to bed, guys. And as I'm like climbing the stairs, I decided to text J Mask. I'm like, I puked again. And he's like, shit, man. You feeling alright? I'm like, yeah, I feel better now. And I was like, well, I've reverted to my natural state as a ghost. I got an XD from him, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna take it easy. I've been sent to bed just to get a bit of rest. And he's like, alright, take it easy, man. And yeah, that was the rest of the day. And even when I woke up, we had like chicken curry, had that, was fine. The day after, which would have been Tuesday when I was working, stomach was a bit off, but like it wasn't like I was dying. It was just like it felt uneasy, but it was fine. Like I could eat food normally, and it's Wednesday, and Felt a little uneasy in work, but right now, feeling fine. Eating food good. And yeah, that is this story time. Thank y'all so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoy this, and hopefully I'll do another one of these in the future if you guys enjoyed this one. Thank y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.